Good morning. This is the Sunday School outline for November 7th, 2021, Proper 27. I'm calling today's lesson Working, Not Working Miracles. And today the lectionary readings are Ruth 3, 1 through 5, 4, 13 through 17, 1 Kings 17, 8 through 16, Psalm 127, Psalm 146, Mark 12, 38 through 44, and Hebrews 9, 24 through 28. I'm going to read Psalm 146, and it's one of the quieter psalms, but there's some interesting things in it. So let's see what it goes. Psalm 146. Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord, O my soul. While I live, will I praise the Lord. I will sing praises unto my God while I have any being. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goes forth, he returns to his earth, in that his very thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God, which made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that therein is, which keepeth truth forever, which executeth judgment for the oppressed, which giveth food to the hungry. The Lord looseth the prisoners. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. The Lord loves the righteous. The Lord preserveth the strangers. He retrieveth the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. The Lord shall reign forever, even O thy God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye the Lord. So it just seems like it's just kind of like let's praise the Lord, be happy. But as in the Bible, everything has undercurrents, and there's many layers. So let's just go through. Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord, O my soul. Now, what's my own technical definition of God? And this is just my technical definition. You can take it and you can forget it as soon as you stop listening to me. And so my own technical definition of God is that God is whoever makes everything do anything. Pretty broad definition, if I say so myself, but then it would have to be to define the undefinable. So God is whoever makes everything do anything. So that's basically a lot. His breath goeth forth. Now it's talking about a person here, a human person, princes. His breath goes forth, he returns to his earth, in that very day his thoughts perish. Now breath is one of the most profound things of all. Breath, spirit, soul, we intermingle their feelings in our minds. Back in the good old days, when the psalm was written, breath was kind of the same thing as spirit and soul. And on the one hand, we must be breathing constantly in order to be alive. At the same time, the breath comes in, stops, then it goes out, and stops, and it comes in again. We breathe in, stop, breathe out, stops. We're still alive during the whole process, even at the moments when we're not breathing. And activity and life are not exactly the same thing. Rocks rolling down hills. Are they alive? Well, some people think they are. So let's skip down to verse 7. Which executes judgment for the oppressed, which giveth food to the hungry, the Lord looseth prisoners. Now, I see God's people, God's servant, giving food to the hungry and loosing prisoners. It's like God is making people do all the work. Well, let's look at how God can do things. God can do things in two ways. By fiat, which is just saying something, and it is so. God says, let there be light, and there's light. Like lightning flashing from the sky and all the bad people dropping dead. That's what I want to see. But God uses people to manage reality. He doesn't do miracles like, well, God does do miracles like water into wine, lame folks dancing around, and like I skipped before, the lightning flashing from the sky and all the bad people dropping dead. But that's not the way God usually works. When a miracle happens, all reality is changed. Let's say you change water into wine. Actually, if you change water into the whole universe changes. It's one edge of the universe to the another is affected by any one thing. Now, I'm not sure I can prove that because you'd have to be from one edge of the universe to the other to prove it. There's physicists who have talked about this. They've talked about how before a light ray goes from one end of the universe to the other, it has to have a target. I'm not sure how that works. Now, I've read a lot of science fiction, and if you can't believe science fiction, what can you believe? Something isn't only partway part of our reality, and miracles really switch reality up. What was water is now wine. The person who was lame isn't. Those things have very far-reaching effects, just like the butterfly flying in Tokyo causing tornadoes in Kansas. Now, that's why prisoners aren't habitually teleported out of jails. Stomachs aren't magically pumped full of food. And bionic eyes aren't jammed into people's heads. It would mess up all of reality. And it means you and I have to do the work. It kind of sucks. We've got to do the work. But God does expect us to do stuff, not just sit around playing harps. Get used to this reality, but guess what? It probably keeps going into the next phase of our existences. People who think heaven is a haven for the lazy, well, they have another thing coming. The Lord shall reign forever, even thy God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye the Lord. So, princes aren't bad people. They just don't have the eternal viewpoint. God, being God, is present not only in our particular moment, but in all moments. From the beginning of the universe to the Big Bang, before the Big Bang to after the death of the universe, and that's a long time. To the farthest events in any direction, any spaces. Any way I could try to justify these statements would be circular reasoning, because I'd have to say, you've got to do this, feels this, so I don't even try. And so it would be kind of meaningless. So there it is. The Psalm actually talked about the reality of the entire universe. So it's maybe a treatise on, what do they call it, quantum theory. I don't know. You think for yourself, but I think everything's related and everything's tied in with everything else. So you have a good day, and I will try to have a good day too. God bless you. God be with you. Get some rest today. Bye.